Hello, my name is Apollinaria. I am a professional spiritual guide and facilitator. I've got 15 plus years of experience using somatic, psychological, and mystical modalities doing inner work. And today I'm here to talk to you about trauma release as a lifestyle. Because if you want to, say, live your happiest, freest, most authentic life, or if you want to understand and act on your truest, most sincere, and most supported service to this planet at this time, or even if you just want like the truest, most open access to magical modalities such as manifestation or divination, then you are going to need to release literally generations worth of trauma out of your system. Okay? And that's not something that's gonna happen in a day. That's not something that's gonna happen in a medicine ceremony. That's not something that's gonna happen in one retreat. That's not like an event. That is an entire lifestyle, right? And today I wanna talk about the 3 dimensions of releasing trauma as a lifestyle. And that is gonna be the mind, that is going to be the body, and that is gonna be the spirit. And listen, actually, before I go into the 3 dimensions of like clearing trauma as a lifestyle, I do actually want to mention that it is a lot. Like the things that I'm about to go over, it's not a casual thing. Again, it is a lifestyle. It is inherently uncasual. It is a holistic, like, reshaping of your life that needs to happen. It is adding on a lot of like routines, and there's gonna be like maybe what feels like homework if you're trying to do this. And what I do want to say is, before I go into it, just do, add like one thing at a time. Don't hear everything that I'm about to say and think, oh, I need to start all of this tomorrow, right? What I'm gonna do now is just outline what a effective trauma releasing lifestyle looks like in my experience and in how I've seen it work for others. And I'm just giving you a basic outline to start working off of in a way and in a timing that works for you, okay? So what I'm about to share, think of it as a goal or a process. This isn't something that you need to like do within a month or several months or whatever. Think of it as something that you can like come back to and add on to piece by piece by piece. But the thing is, the more of these pieces that you'll hear me talking about, you add into your routine and your life, literally the freer and more empowered you become every day. Sincerely. Like the return on investment with these practices is indescribable. Like it's crazy, sincerely. You could become a completely new version of yourself and a completely true version of yourself, I'm not exaggerating at all when I say that this is, in my experience, the most effective path for you getting everything you most deeply want and need in your life. So if it sounds like a lot, it is, and it's worth it. And so is the return on it is a lot, right? So if you are sincerely interested in actually doing the work that it takes to live the life that you want and that you deserve to live, then give it a listen. Listen to the 3 dimensions of trauma release as a lifestyle that I'm going to go into. Sit with it, see what resonates with you, see what you want to act on, see what you don't. But just know that all 3 of these dimensions do like work together in an incredibly cohesive and empowering and frequently magical, to be frank, kind of way. And any one of these practices will improve your life significantly. So keep that in mind. Don't be scared. Don't be intimidated. Big things take big commitment and sincere investment of your time in yourself. And I hope that you know that you are so worth the investment. So with that said, let's get into the 3 dimensions of trauma release as a lifestyle: body, mind, and spirit. Okay, I want to start with talking about the body and creating trauma release as a lifestyle in the body. So there are several angles from which this needs to be hit. First of all, some kind of physical exercise, such as yoga or weight training, or just like whatever physical regimen, exercise regimen you can get into, you're gonna need to get into, because a lot of trauma is stored in your body. A lot of things that you think are just in the mind or just psychological, they are very much in the body, and as soon as you release them out of your body, you release them out of your mind as well. You just release the very ideas that are trapped in those emotions that are trapped in your body, okay? I could not possibly overemphasize the importance of regularly and intentionally clearing trauma out of your body. You would be amazed how much just physical release of trauma, how effective, how efficient, how surgically precise it is, how much quicker and easier it is than like doing years worth of like talk therapy or something, just talking yourself around in circles. Just let the cry out, let the thing out of your body that's in your body, let it shake out of your system, boom, it's gone. Like, I could not, like, if I could climb onto every mountain and yell this around the world, I would. This is so vital. That's why I'm starting with this. Start releasing trauma out of your body regularly, right? So starting with a practice such as yoga, which I do highly recommend because of how precise it is, but also just like weight training, any kind of like regular physical exercise that you want to do, is going to help you by building a strong foundation and like it's like, if there's trauma stuck in your body, then you're probably not standing in proper, easy posture, right? Like your body unriddled with trauma, just like free of trauma, is going to be standing in easeful, upright posture. However, if your body is riddled with trauma, you're probably going to be like hunched over, or like, you know, there's going to be some kind of like kink in the way that you stand. There's going to be some sort of distortion in the way that your body holds itself, and also in the way that you interact with life. They're kind of 2 sides of the same coin. So having some sort of regular, weekly, if not daily, yoga practice or some kind of physical practice allows you to develop and strengthen proper posture, and allows you to day by day like create like the actual posture that you want to create, and like move through the things that are in the way of you embodying that posture correctly. You're gonna start building the right muscles in the right ways, and you're gonna slowly start like getting the things out of your, like working out the knots and like the things that are stuck in your body and in your fascia, which are keeping you like stuck in these like incorrect positions, but also again like in your body, but also in your mind and your psychology. Like you would be, maybe some of you would be shocked, most of you would be shocked the degree to which people wear their trauma in their body. And like people, like say someone thinks that, oh, I'm useless, I'm unlovable, no one's ever gonna love me, no one's ever gonna do anything good for me because I'm not worth anything. I promise you, they're probably holding their posture like this, right? They're hunched over in some way. They're like hiding themselves away from the world in some way. They're making themselves smaller. That idea is stuck in their very body, okay? Get to exercising, get to developing the right posture, and get to releasing the trauma that is stuck and lodged in your system, in your fascia. So starting some sort of like physical strengthening and like manually aligning, physically aligning routine is going to be part 1 of your physical trauma release lifestyle. Part 2 is fascial release. Fascia is like the For those of you that don't know what fascia is kind of like almost webbing on top of all of your muscles, and it can like harden or expand, and it can like calcify, or it can like release and soften. It determines your flexibility. It determines just like how your body is composed, and it holds on to trauma. And if you've had something really like challenging happen to your body that you never actually like release out of your system, your fascia is going to hold it no matter how much you might try to like move in new ways or create different shapes with your body, with your being, or with your mind. Your fascia won't let you unless you go in and manually release it. Things like yoga definitely help with fascial release. Things like hot baths or steam rooms as like any kind of a regular practice, whether it's like once a week or once a month, that's going to go a long way. And depending how much trauma you have stuck in your fascia, you're going to want to have an increasingly regular fascial release practice, such as a hot bath or steam room or something like that, because it helps you start creating new patterns in the way that you move your body, you know, and the way that you think and the way that you engage with life. It helps you literally break the embodied, lived pattern of trauma that you're like currently operating in right now. It breaks that loop, right? It allows you to create something new. So the second part is fascial release, some sort of regular fascial release. The third part is breath work, which I would consider its own singular part. And I could not possibly recommend this more to every single person on this planet. For real. Breathwork is a wildly, infuriatingly precise and effective and potent practice of releasing trauma from your system. Really just by like having like very intense, prolonged sessions of like breathing and like complete breathing, as opposed to the shallow breathing that your traumatized, like closed off body is regularly doing, I promise you. And the shallow breathing that your traumatized body is regularly, usually doing, is keeping you in some sort of version of fight or flight. It's keeping you stuck in not just a shallower way of breathing, but a shallower way of living, of responding to the world around you, and of moving through this world, right? So fully expanding and deepening that breath with some kind of regular breathwork practice is going to like completely, I'm telling you, is going to completely open up the way that you interact with this world. It's also going to it's gonna clear out trauma literally like taking a plunger to a toilet. It's just like getting it out of the system. Yeah, and like depending on how much trauma you have in your system, I would recommend a pretty regular breathwork practice. Like for me, for example, I had a whole lot of trauma to move through. So when I first started doing breath work, I would do like 1 hour long sessions once a week, if not more, for months and months and months and months and months. And I just like completely reset my whole system. And these days I'll do maybe a 20-minute session once a week or something, just to to keep have a regular sort of trauma disposal moving through my system, because A, I still have some trauma in my body that I'm moving through, and B, it's just it's as if oh, my liver cleaned everything out of my system, it can stop working now. No, there's always going to be more things to clear out. So I'm always going to have some sort of breathwork practice, not just for the experiences that I've had, but for the experiences that I'm having and will continue to have, and to keep myself from internalizing those as physical trauma and physical shortness of breath, right? So, third step is breathwork. Some kind of regular breathwork practice is a vital part of a trauma-releasing lifestyle. Could not possibly recommend it more. Fourth part is sincerely loving touch. Get your hugs in. I'm so serious. Just get lovingly touched by the people around you, lovingly touch the people around you. I'm not saying it in a ooh, fun, sexy little way, platonic touch. real just like loving community, family touch, you would not believe how much it does for the body. Just like feeling touch, feeling communal safety, feeling like you're physically held in this world will go a long way for clearing out trauma and keeping trauma from building up in your system. So if you don't have access to that right now, like, just get it in, keep it in mind, manifest it, bring it in, like loving platonic touch. It goes a very, very long way. So those are the most important aspects of a trauma releasing lifestyle that addresses your body, right? So some kind of like yoga or strengthening practice, fascial release, so some sort of like hot bath or steam room kind of situation, breath work, which there's plenty of videos on YouTube. I also highly recommend this one practitioner, Vitali. I'll like leave a link down in the description for him. Some kind of regular breath work situation, and then loving touch, like platonic loving touch, or non-platonic too, that doesn't hurt either, but like but like wholesome, like real loving touch. So that is the physical body dimension of a lifestyle of trauma release. Let's now move on to the mind dimension of lifestyle of trauma release, right? So for the mind, what you are going to need to do is literally reprogram your mind to understand the absolute truth that you are inherently lovable and good enough exactly as you are, period. And that you live in a world that does love you and want the best for you. And I know that even me saying that might be very triggering for your trauma. And that's the point, right? So having a lifestyle that actively reprograms and like rewrites your mind and your understanding of reality to truly attune to the fact that you are worthy and that the world loves you. It's going to be a multi-layered process, you know. There's going to be a lot of journaling about like how, you know, learning how to love yourself if you need to do that, like I'm worthy because of this and this and this kind of stuff. There's lots of resources for this. I'll like mention something in a second, but some kind of like very regular lifestyle where you're like, let's say like self-reprogramming, self-rehypnotizing, because we're all hypnotized. We're all like brainwashed in one way or another based on the life that we lived and the trauma that we have, right? So right now we are, same as like doing yoga and like creating a better posture, we are reprogramming our mind and our understanding of this world to understand that we are inherently lovable and worth everything that we actually want and need in this world, and that this world wants us to have it, okay? So I'll give you a resource for that in a second, but the other part of a lifestyle of like reprogramming your mind, reprogramming your trauma is going to be meditation. You are going to need to learn how to meditate. You are going to need to have like some meditation in your life, whether it's like actually just like sitting meditation, whether it's walking meditation, whether it's some kind of moving meditation. There's an infinite amount of meditations to explore on the internet. Go play around, find something, right? But you need to exercise your muscle of your awareness to become larger than your thoughts, right? You're gonna need to sink into the space that your awareness is, where thoughts come and go, emotions come and go, and then the mind and the thoughts can become material for you to actively and consciously work with, rather than just like a sea of information that you're swimming in and like kind of lost in, probably, you know. So any kind of meditation, I used to have a sitting meditation for a long time. Now I just kind of do it while I'm doing yoga or while I'm doing my own steam room kind of stuff. Like I just fit it into when I'm doing other things. I like use it as a way to meditate. But I did do a sitting meditation for a long time. Whatever it is for you that allows you to like drop into like a deeper and slower awareness and more encompassing awareness, do that. Do some kind of meditation. Now, I'm going to recommend a book called The Mindful Path to Self-Compassion. I'll like put up a picture right over here. I'll post a link down in the description. This is a really, 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 really valuable resource for both giving you prompts for meditation and prompts for self-love and reprogramming your mind to be unconditionally loving to yourself and therefore unconditionally loving to the world around you, right? So having it a regular part of your practice and a regular part of your life where you're just constantly like retuning your mind, retuning your perception and centering it within this until it's completely, totally locked into this reality and is perfect and like living in this reality, that's gonna have to be part of your trauma releasing lifestyle. Because it is within that framework, right? Same as how yoga builds like the strength in your body, like which allows you to release trauma. Like fully settling into this reality in your mind is what gives you the mental framework that you need to release everything that isn't that, to release the trauma that like is your mind telling you like horrible things about yourself or the world or other people. Like those can suddenly become smaller and smaller in the larger context of you loving yourself and living in a world that loves you. And then like you can see more clearly the opposite of that, which is like anything hateful, anything fearful, anything violent or victimized within you. And then like start releasing that, right? And start like not being convinced of that, right? So the second part is the mind, reprogramming the mind completely. And then the third part is spirit and how spirit is a part of your trauma releasing lifestyle. So very basically, before I go into the spirit dimension of this, what I'm going to be talking about is the same as the physical and the mental dimension in the sense that I'm talking about a practice which gives you the alignment, the proper alignment, which allows you to shed and get rid of the old, the traumatized, the not of this present moment, not of this present now, right? We're moving on to a stronger alignment that serves you and your intentions better, and we are cultivating that alignment and we are creating the conditions to allow trauma to actually just be organically released, right? And as you align to this alignment, in the process of cultivating this alignment, you inevitably do also shed trauma on the way there, right? So, same as body, same as mind, but we're gonna get a little bit more abstract. Keep up with me, right? So, the spirit dimension of trauma release as a lifestyle that I want to talk about today is a conscious and proactive and intentional cultivation of alignment with a world and a paradigm and forces that are larger than you, which care about you, which serve you, which create a better life, which are co-creative and generative rather than destructive or extractive. What do I mean by that? Another way of looking at it is, listen, every single day, whether consciously or unconsciously, you are functionally acting as a living prayer to the larger forces that you are choosing to align with and be a part of. For many of us in our current culture, we spend a lot of our time through consumption, through consuming, whether it's material resources or the algorithm or whatever, we put a lot of our prayers into being aligned with a capitalist world, being aligned with a, like inherently extractive world, a world that is created by and tended to by people who don't actually care about us, don't actually care about you. All they see you as is a resource to extract from, They just see you as something to get money out of, to get attention out of, and that's it. And that is literally it, On the other hand, what you could be doing, and what I am telling you if you want to have trauma release as a lifestyle, you need to be doing and should be doing, is consciously aligning with elements like the earth and the cosmos and spirit or God or the universe or source or whatever you want to call it, right? Love itself, whatever you want to call the energy and the force that underlies all things. And if you haven't experienced this force for yourself, if psychedelics are legal where you are, I would maybe go ahead and find some mushrooms and come face to face with this energy itself. So it's a little less abstract, so you have some sort of embodied understanding of this thing that I'm referring to. And this thing, spirit, the divine source, loves you. Earth herself also loves you. And to be in right relationship with these energies means to be in right relationship with this world. And it means that, you can allow them to take care of you and you can take care of them in turn. So you can allow the earth to take care of you and you can take care of her in turn. And together you can create a more beautiful world filled with other beautiful people that are doing the same thing, And if you consciously align with energies like this, your life gets easier. You are more supported. You exist in a world that actively wants to support you. Seriously. And all of that sounds cool, right? But what do I mean by consciously aligning with these forces? So as a practice, as a lifestyle, what I mean by that is, man, it could be as simple as going out for walks in nature regularly, but having the actual intention of connecting with earth, communing with earth in some way, touching in deeply, letting your heart touch in with this place, letting your mind, letting your energy fully touch in with earth. But it has to be the intention has to kind of be devotional, for lack of a better word. You need to actually come in and with the intention of wanting to commune with and connect with and align with the earth and to move with her and to be connected and in a relationship with her, right? Same goes with spirit. With spirit, it can be, and whatever your version of a prayer is, whatever your version of honestly, even things like divination or any kind of relationship that you might have with your own higher self, that's it. You're living in a prayer to your own higher self, which is you're functionally your own personal ambassador to source, to God, to the universe. So that's a version of it. Any kind of divination practice, or any kind of journaling or practice of really just coming home to yourself and intentionally touching in with yourself and with the wisdom that you have in yourself and kind of cultivating that relationship, of sourcing from within the wisdom, the intelligence, the love that you need. Cultivating that connection. That can be through journaling, that could be through things like tarot, that can be through there's honestly so many different mystical modalities that if you're drawn to them. I personally really like ceremonial magic. I highly recommend Damien Eccles' work if that's something you're interested in. I will put a picture of an intro book over here. I'll put a link down below. That's a great practice that serves me profoundly, and I couldn't recommend it more for just general spiritual sustenance. I have created meditations for clients of mine to just you can literally just for example, You can go out and you can like consciously see yourself connecting to the heavens and connecting to earth, and just like meditate on that connection, and like maybe feel it moving like up and like down and up and like through you, connecting you to the heavens and to earth. You can just have like a little meditation like that. You can have like intention setting, like a living prayer, as in like, I want to help the earth, or I want to be in connection with the earth, I want to be in connection with the heavens, and I want to like help bring light to myself and to this world around me. Anything like that, anything that is like a regular prayer or devotional practice with the intention of becoming more connected to some like the earth, or to spirit, or to ancestors, or to I don't know, whatever you like, angels, specific deities, you know, maybe you really like Aphrodite or Hecate or whatever it is, whatever forces that are larger than yourself that you feel like you consciously want to be in connection with and in alignment with, having some sort of regular devotional practice to forces that are larger than you, that actually serve you, that like you register as actually helping you in the world around you for you to align with. Actively constructive rather than destructive forces, right? So having some sort of regular routine of aligning with energies like this allows you to move in and navigate this world in an alignment which inherently creates more life for you, for the people around you, and sheds the destruction and the drama and the extraction and the violence of the what I want to call the old world that is still in your body, still in your being, still in your mind, still in your spirit, you know? So actively cultivating a spiritual connection to forces that are larger than you, than serve you. Honestly, especially like these days, you know, I mean, I'm sure that you and every one of us can see how fundamentally unsustainable a world that is created on destruction is and is becoming. So if you want to not only shed all the trauma and like everything from that world and that paradigm out of your system, but also like create a better world and life for yourself and the people around you, actively align with that world and with the forces in this world that want to co-create that vision with you, right? That wants to create rather than destroy with you. So that's 3, that's spirit. So that's a lot of stuff, right? But and take it as you can, take it as you will, do with this information what you will. But I'm telling you, an active lifestyle and routine and some kind of practice, and like it sounds like a lot, it really doesn't have to take up like that much time. You can, I promise you, you can find a way to fit some version of these things into your routine. I promise you. Not only that, but they will make more time for you. Like fitting these kinds of things into your routine, again, the like what you get out of it for what you put into it, wild. Like you will get more time, you will get more energy, you will get more freedom if you devote, like for whatever amount of time in your life you devote to these things, it will come back to you like 3-fold, 4-fold, exponentially. Seriously, okay? So just as you leave this video and this information, just keep in mind, right? Again, actively move trauma out of your system, out of your body, strengthen your body, release your fascia, do some breath work, actively, proactively release trauma out of your body. It'll save you so much time and energy to just do that across all other aspects of your life. I promise you, I could not insist on this more. If you only take away one thing from this video, let it be that. Release trauma from your body. Release trauma from your mind, also vitally important. Like reprogram your mind to understand the fundamental truth that you are love and you are loved and you are worth loving, that this world loves you, and that you have access to a world that loves you right here, right now, okay? And 3, connect with higher forces that also love you, connect with higher horses, connect with higher forces that can help you co-create a better life for yourself and those around you, okay? Doing these 3 things, or addressing these 3 dimensions of your life, will not only clear out like the trauma out of your life that's stopping you and inhibiting you from being the version of yourself that you actually want to be and living the version of your life that you actually want to live, but they will help you proactively create a version of yourself, of your life, and again, this world that you actually want to live in. So please, please, if that's something that interests you, if that's something that sounds good to you, try it. Try it for yourself, try it for the people around you, try it for the sake of your and everyone else's peace. Like, I know so many of us right now are so frustrated and angry and like despairing and agonized over what is happening with this world right now. Well, guess whose job it is to turn it around? It is ours. No one else is gonna do it for us. So, if you want to create something better, if you want to create something more peaceful, if you want to create something more beautiful, we're gonna have to get all of the old stuff out of our system, make some space, make some room, and create something new and beautiful, right? And to that ends, I highly recommend trauma release as a lifestyle, okay? Yeah. If that sounds good to you, I will be posting more videos going into like different techniques and different things that you can do, you know, different aspects of trauma release as a lifestyle. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff on that. So if you want more information, if you want to keep up with it more, or if you just want to support the channel and help spread it to other people, do feel free to like, to comment, to subscribe, all of the lovely things. And thank you for watching. Thank you for doing this work, if you're doing this work. And have a most beautiful day. Bye-bye.